I hear the pain all too regularly from my ladies about loss, another heartbreak, another empty ultrasound, and trust me, I've been there too. The worst part is about all of this, it's the silence afterwards. No one tells you what to do next. No one tells you how to grieve, how to cope, how to keep going when hope feels like this cruel joke. But you know what it's like. One minute you're planning names, nursery colours, dreaming about holding your baby, and the next, or you're trying not to, but you still are, and the next, you're holding back in that cold, impersonal doctor's office, being told sometimes these things just happen. Except it's not just happening, is it? It's happened again and again. And you're left wondering, like, how do I keep going? Because miscarriage isn't just a loss, it's a trauma. And repeated miscarriage, that's this grief loop. But here's what most people won't tell you. It's how that process, this grief, can and does directly impact your ability to conceive again. Because your mind and your body are deeply connected. We're just one human being walking around. So the stress, the heartbreak, the anxiety, it's not just emotional. That physiologically affects your hormones, your cycles, your ability to even want to try again at times. And that's why today I'm going to be giving you 3 real coping strategies that help you process your loss whilst preserving your fertility bandwidth. That's the energy that it takes to grow a child, to make sure that you have enough energy there internally to grow a child. Because you don't just need to move on, you need to find a way forward. And that's the different thing. So strategy number 1 then is mindful grieving, because ignoring it makes things 10 times worse. So most women are told, stay positive, just relax. But I mean, let's be real. That's not how grief works, is it? Instead of pushing your feelings down and battening them inside these hatches, try to set aside just 10 minutes a day for mindful grieving. Find a quiet space, breathe, acknowledge your pain, but don't judge it. Just kind of say, this is hard and I'm allowed to feel it. It's okay for me to be feeling this. Light a candle, hold something symbolic, whether that be a piece of jewellery, a scan, a note to your baby, and then just let the tears come and let the anger rise as well. Whatever you feel, give it a name, because the emotions that you name carry less weight. It's easier for your body to be able to process them. And this matters because grief doesn't just go away if you ignore it. It finds new ways to show up in your sleep, in your body, in your fertility. So processing your grief means that you're clearing space for this all new important next chapter. And it's important to remember this next chapter doesn't mean that you don't care about your last one. It just means that you can't bring it into the future or the present. You're not letting it go. You're just leaving it where it sits and allowing your future to take hold. Strategy number 2, journaling prompts to release guilt. Okay, so we might not want to admit that we're feeling guilty about the way our body's working, about something that we think that we might have not done properly and so on and so forth. But you know that little voice that's whispering, maybe it was my fault. It's lying to you. But until you confront it, it's going to keep robbing you of your peace. So try this every single night. Write out these 3 things. What I wish I could say to my baby. One thing I forgive myself for today. And one thing my body did right this week. Now what this does, this practice rewires your brain. It shifts your focus from the loss to healing, and then from blame to grace. Because you're not broken and your body is not your enemy. Strategy number 3 is finding a safe community, because isolation kills hope. And by a safe community, I mean people who genuinely understand and don't just tell you to relax and it'll all be fine. Okay, so if I'm going to be blunt, which I often am, grieving alone is dangerous, because when you suffer in silence, your mind fills the gaps. It fills with fear, with self-doubt, and worst of all, with the belief that you're absolutely alone and isolated in this, and you're not. Find people who get it. I have a community, a free community that's private, of ladies who absolutely get it. So there's that option for you, fertility school, fertility bandwidth, okay? But if you don't fancy that, find a local support group, a therapist, someone like me who specialises in pregnancy loss, or an online community that's in a different place to mine. It doesn't have to be mine. But just where people can say, I had another loss, and hear you, for you to understand that it's not just you on your own, and feel the network of support and strength that comes from it. Dr. Joanne Cassiatore, she's a grief expert, and she says that grief, when fully felt, does not last forever. It transforms. That's what we're going for here, okay? Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, a trauma specialist, said that your nervous system remembers loss, but it also remembers healing. So teach it how to do both. And then I've also heard it said, and I don't know who has said this, but I think it's quite poignant. A miscarriage is not a period. It's a birth in reverse. So treat yourself with the same care that you would after delivery. You don't have to navigate this alone. I help women process their losses while keeping their fertility bandwidth strong for the future baby that they're going to have. So DM me, heal, and I'll share the exact steps to reclaiming your emotional and physical well-being after miscarriage. Because this isn't the end of your story, and I refuse to let you believe otherwise.